Hey, welcome to Mike's Trains and thanks for joining me for another video. This week we're going to do something a little bit different, and what I want to do is I want to give you a tour of my workshop, show you what I've got going on here and how I work. And this is mostly because I'm waiting for things to come in. I have things on order that I need to progress with the building of the city, and they're not making it on time, so I have to do something else. And I really wanted to do a video this week, and I thought this would be kind of a good time to do this. What we're starting here with is what I call my paint station. This is my spray booth, and you can see what I've got going on here. I have my airbrush on a mount here. I have a pressure gauge here. This spray booth I made, there's other videos I've done for the spray booth. I didn't show the making of it, but if you're interested, I can show you where you can get plans for it. But anyway, what I've added to it is I've added these clips. I have alligator clips on a stick here so I can hold things and spray them. I can hold it from the middle and I can do two different things at one time. I have other clips where I can hang things. This is the other thing that I have, and there's a turntable underneath there. This is a tree that I'm working on that I've actually just finished and it's drying. These right here, these are bendable clips. You can move these around any way you need to. These are from one of those octopus holders. It's called an octopus, and it clips to your desktop here. And these little four arms stick into it and you can bend them around, and that really wasn't working out for me. So what I did was I cut me a piece of 3/4 plywood and I drilled holes in 2 rows, and I can adjust these however I need them, and this is working out much better. These arms fit much better in the holes, and I can remove them and take them out, put them in as I need. So that's my spray booth. Let's see, down below it, that's my compressor, and then that's my window vent right there, and that hooks up. The window vent goes to this right here. Alright, so I put the foam piece in the window, and it has a dryer vent in it, and it hooks up to my hose outlet right there, and everything blows right out the window. And this setup, I have been able to spray anything I want in this room, and it doesn't overtake my house or the room for that matter. So it's been really good. I like it a lot. Let's see, the other thing I have over here, I don't know if it shows, right up here I made a wall plaque right up here, and what that does is it holds all of my airbrushes. Okay, so I have a spot for 4 different airbrushes. I actually have 4 if you count the junk one that I have in a drawer. But I have 4 up there. I have 2 top feed airbrushes. I have that Pache airbrush up there, top feed. I have a Pache bottom feed airbrush. And then I have this airbrush here, which is an Iwata airbrush, which I absolutely love. I would not part with that airbrush for anything. So all that there, that's my spray station. And then I have switches you can see on the side here. This one controls the lighting, this one controls the motor, so I can control them separately. And then the lighting in here, this is just a fluorescent light that I took out the bulb and I switched it over. I converted it to an LED light. So it's a tube LED bulb, and it's great. I love it. Beautiful. And then on the side over here, I have also a hook that you see here. I don't have my hose on it now, but that's where I hang the hose for my airbrush. Right now it's just laying on the floor. But that's the airbrush. That's my painting station. And then we'll move over here a little bit further, and let me move the camera down. Okay, so over here, what we have is, let's start at the top. So I have reference magazines up in this area here. I have all kinds of reference stuff. These are things that don't really go to any, they're their own thing, okay? and I'll get into that more. This right here is a battery station. This is where I store all my batteries, AA's, A's, the flat watch type batteries. I have spray paints over here. Below that down here, I have House of Color paints, clear coats and things like that, and some miscellaneous type paints in there. And then down at the very bottom, this is where I sort out all my styrene and different other things. So this one right here has all things for lighting. It has LEDs, it has Arduino stuff in it. I have street lights that we're going to be using. So these are painted and kind of ready to go. There's a bunch of them here. These are going to go into the town, the city that we're working on. I keep all my sheet styrene in here. These are all packs of sheet styrene. This is all strip styrene. And then I have a drawer for all my scrap. And so on. The next drawer down is all different tapes and masking, and it goes down. I keep everything separated so I know where everything is when I need it. So let's go back up here, and then we'll move over here. So up here, this is a monitor I use when I'm filming on my desk because when I put a camera on my tripod here, you can see my desk is only right there. So when I put a tripod here, I can't see the monitor for the camera. So I hook my camera up to the monitor so I can see what that camera sees, and I can adjust and do what I need to do. We have a file cabinet, and in this file cabinet, when I look in here, I have all my papers. So I have all the papers, all the different kinds of papers. So I have a file here for pre-made decals. I have decal paper, white and clear. I have tracing paper, inkjet paper, vellum paper. I have all kinds of papers, photo papers. Whatever I need, I keep it right in there so I can find it when I need it. We'll go down to the next lower drawer. Down here, I keep sandpapers. These are all sandpapers, all different grits. I keep them filed away so that I know where they are. And then also in this drawer, I keep the paperwork for any of the tools that I have that came with special paperwork, train paperwork, all that kind of stuff. I keep that all right there. And then you can see up here I have a light. This is for filming. I have that. And I have one up there. That's one big pole light. And of course I have a pencil sharpener. You always got to have a sharp pencil ready to go. So I have my pencil sharpener here. And then we move down to my desk. Okay, so here's the desk, and you see we've only moved maybe a foot over. There's my file cabinet. So now we're at the desk. This is where you see me doing all the videos that I do. So I've got this arranged in a way. Let's start at the top. So at the top I have volumes of Model Railroader magazine, which I do read, I do subscribe to, and I have all the years from 2012 to current going across there. They're not all up there. You can see I have some loose ones up on top I haven't filed away yet. The next shelf is where I have some things that I'm currently working on or things that are in progress. This is the Arduino circuits that are going to run the Higbee's department store downstairs. I've made the whole harness and everything that's going to control it. This right here is the beginnings of the car wash. We had talked about, somebody had asked, you know, if I could build a car wash and make it working and all. And this is what it's looking like so far. So I am working on it. Those are the brushes right there. We'll talk more about that in time. But this is the beginnings of it. And you can see it's all geared. Now the brushes will spin but they're not going to move back and forth within the car wash, and that's fine. I feel like it's, you know, that's a battle won without too much trouble. All right, and then we'll come down to the lower desk, and then across the front shelf up here, I have all these tools. These are all hand tools. I've got files, I've got tweezers and all that kind of thing going across here. I have some clamps over on the end. And then hanging on the side over here, on the very side of the desk here, I have rulers. They're longer than 12 inches, and I have a T-square in there. That's where I keep those hanging, so again, that I can find them. And then what I wanted to show, hopefully this shows on camera. Let me pick this light up a little bit. There we go. So what I have up here, you can see there's a bar that runs across right here. That's the mount for my above shot camera. I mount it on there and it shoots straight down, and then we run another one. I run another one off the side on a tripod that I'm using right now, right off the side of the desk into the desk. And that's how that runs. And then of course the this little thing right here, this is to hold my microphone. So we'll pull this down like this, and I'll plug my microphone right onto the end of this, and then I don't have to worry about it. I know everybody can hear me just fine. When I'm not using it, we pull it up out of the way. All right. Now, all the tools that are on there, right here. So, let's see, how close can we get to that? Like that. So those are all my tools. Those are all the small hand tools, tweezers and picks and files and all that stuff go across there. And then below that, I have a shelf that runs across there that holds glues and wires and my micro set, and I have my weathering powders up there. And if we move over this way a little bit, you can see the shelf goes right around the corner inside of there, and I have more stuff that runs across there. On the back of the desk, I have all my different pliers and wire cutters and things like that. And then of course you can see I do have a monitor. You've seen that in the videos. I do have a computer hooked to this desk. And then that's the building that's the hold up right now. That's the other side of the street in our city scene. I'm short LEDs, so that's what I'm waiting on right now. And my cutting mat, and there's the mouse pad, and that's all the stuff that goes on right there. I have a jar of Q-tips, so I keep a bottle full of toothpicks and that kind of stuff. Big notepad, very handy to have. And then below my desk, we have my computer tower and speakers and things like that. And then I keep more of my building materials, things that, you know, I can't stick up anywhere. They go right in there, and I have all the drawers. So, and then let's see. If we move over to the side of my desk, you can see there's my soldering iron. And then I have a tray with more paintbrushes and Dremel accessories. So I have everything at a fingertip reach. And then, I don't know if it showed up on the top here, I just wanted to show you, yeah, there's a line of brushes hanging, let's see, right there. All those brushes, those are all my good brushes. These are fine brushes, fine art brushes and all that kind of stuff. I keep those up there, and I keep them separated from the cup because I want those to be first to be gotten to. I don't want to have to search for them. So that's my desk. That's how I do all my work here. And now let me turn the camera sideways so I want you to see how close this is. Okay. So now we'll go over here. So what I have here, as you can see, I have a paint chart right there for colors, so I can kind of see what's going on, what colors I need. This yellow device here, that's a power supply that I use. I got this on Amazon. I couldn't tell you what it was, you know, exactly what it is or anything like that. It's a small power supply. I think it's made for cell phones, for testing cell phones and things. I happened to get a hold of it. It was pretty cheap. but I got that, and that's how I power and test all my lighting on the desk. You can see the leads hanging down. Works really good. I can adjust voltages and stuff, and it works out awesome. And then the other big thing is this whole drawer thing here. And I have that organized into different parts so that I can find things, right? Because for me, being able to find things is like the most important thing. So I have people standing, people sitting, I have animals, all different kinds of things, mailboxes and garage doors, entry doors. I have all these kinds of things here. I have wood siding up here, I have DPM parts. And then on this side is all electrical stuff. I have different types of connectors, spade connectors. I got loose railroad ties, rail joiners. I mean, I got it all. And then down toward the bottom, we're looking at, this is a barn templates. So that goes to this barn that I built here. And this barn, a friend of mine in New Hampshire sent me a picture of this barn, and I copied the picture, and I think it came out pretty good. So I think it came out pretty good. So this is copied from a picture, and it looks like this, and that was the barn he sent me. And then on the other side is built like this, okay? And this has a place on the layout. I just haven't gotten to it yet, but I did build this. And on this, so that sits up here. And then when I built this, I made templates for it, of course, and I saved the templates and I have them in a drawer there. So if I ever want to build another one, I'm ready to go. So you can see, and I have a drawer in there for airbrush parts, airbrush cleaning. I have all my, leads for the power supply that are over there. I have a drawer full of motors. Since I had to build a car wash, I bought a pack of motors. So I have all of that stuff, and then, on the top you have, that's a model car I was working on. I have batteries for the cameras and all that kind of stuff. So that's that. And then after that, we can move over to, let me move the camera. Yeah, these are all my paints. So there are two different cases here that I have. So the one on this side is all acrylic paint. It's nothing but acrylic paints. On this side, these are all solvent-based paints. And you can kind of see how I've got that separated. So on this side here, these are all House of Color paints, House of Color and Custom Shop paints. And they're solvent based. They spray awesomely. I love these paints. I just wish I had more chance to use them. They don't really go with the model railroading stuff, so I use them for other things around the house, things I want to paint. But the other paints here, the acrylics over on this side are mostly what I play around with. And then across the top, I have craft paints. I have empty mixing bottles. I have all kinds of stuff like that. And then, let's see, below that, more sheet styrene that I have for whatever I want to build, whatever's going on. I keep stuff on hand so that if something strikes me and I feel like I need to build that, I can jump right on it and get it built. So that's the first two walls in my workshop. Okay, so we're at the paint things here. This is my paint on the wall. And we're coming over to a window. And then this is the last part of my workshop. So you can see I have a drill press in there. And I have a sander that I use. I don't use these things a ton, but they are here when I need them. And then they are sitting on, this is an old TV stand my daughter had when she was in college that I kind of commandeered, and I hung it on the wall, and that's where those things sit. And that's where those things live. So that's pretty much it. And you can see my second camera on the shelf below right here. So we're only using one camera today. And then of course above that, because everybody needs a TV, I have TV here. And that's my workshop. That's pretty much the whole thing. I'm running down 3 walls, and then I have the rest of the room to do whatever I want to do with. But anyway, I thought that would be maybe a little interesting to people to see what I have and where I'm building, what my workspace looks like to do all these things. So anyway, that's what I wanted to show you this week. And then next week, hopefully we'll get back into getting everything in the city built up, and we'll get more stuff done. But, you know, until I get my stuff in the mail, not much I can do. I'm kind of at a standstill. So that's it for this week. That's all I've got for you. I wish I had more. I wish we could do more on the city, but, you know, things are what they are. If you enjoyed the tour, please like the video. If you're just finding me for the first time, please, by all means, as always, you know, subscribe to the channel. Love to have you along. So until next time, stay safe and happy modeling.